Welcome, boys. How'd that happen? I mean, you never win there.
We're special. We specials last week. Didn't you see the thing on the Footy show?
It was a great win. Very strong. You played as good as I've seen you blokes play in a year or so. It was a great win. Ricky Stewart must have been particularly happy with winning there at Brookvale.
He was happy with the win, and that it was at Brookvale, but he wasn't particularly happy with the way we played. Our attack wasn't that good, but our defence kept us in there.
Is Ricky ever happy? Is he?
Oh, sometimes, yeah.
Okay, one of the big changes in the game, of course, is the reduction in interchange, 12 back to 10, and one of the guys who pushed for it was Ricky Stewart. I think Ricky might have said once he wanted it 6 or 8. It works for you, blokes. You got not a small pack, but a mobile pack of forwards. Did you feel the difference on the weekend?
Oh, mate, I personally struggled. I haven't had the best pre-season. I've been out a little bit with a few injuries, so personally to get through the 80, I struggled a bit. But I think it does suit our team. With we do have a pretty mobile back row, and all of us can play 80 minutes, and the front rowers can probably go more than 20 minutes at a time too.
And Brett, it must have done the Sharks' confidence the world of good, winning a tight game last week, given the fact that you lost so many tight ones last season.
Yeah, definitely. It gave us a lot of confidence leading into this week. Manly really are a good side, and to make the grand final last year and sort of to take them down in an arm wrestle was a good way to start the season, yeah.
Well, tell you what, boys, I can see the difference in the Ricky Stewart influence in your team. It's the second year in, second off-season. You are tighter in defence. Do you feel that, are you a different team from last year with another year under Ricky?
Our attack definitely has to improve, and we're working on that at training. But our defence was pretty solid last year. One of the best defensive teams in the comp. We just couldn't score tries. So that's something that we've really worked on this pre-season. And last week it didn't show how hard we have been working because we just still didn't attack well. But something that we've worked on this week, and we had to keep improving on.
I'll tell you one bloke whose stars just continues on the rise since Origin 3 last year is Greg Bird, boys. And at 20 minutes when he came on last week, the game just turned. Have you seen a big difference in him, Gal? Because in the past he's been a little bit ill-disciplined, and he's had suspensions and hasn't really realised his true potential, but different story now. Yeah,
he's probably just growing up a bit, Birdie. He started playing first grade when he was 17 or 18 years old, and was just a young punk out of Newcastle, really. So he's really growing up, and he's got a leadership role there now. Ricky's really put it on him to lead the team around a little bit, and he's doing it well, and he's doing it well on the field.
Plenty of optimism within the Sharks playing group. What gives you the confidence that 2008 will deliver the Sharks their first premiership?
Oh, we work so hard. We really do train really, really hard, and I think our defence gives us a lot of confidence. But like I said before, our attack has to improve. But if we can keep sides to 10 points or less, I think we're good enough to score at least 12. So hopefully that'll get us a few wins.
Now, Ben Ross copped the biggest hit I've ever seen from anywhere in the world last week. Tell me he's not playing this week. Yeah. I mean, seriously, he's knocked out, carried off on a stretcher, heavy concussion, lost a tooth. Is he going to play in Melbourne?
Yeah, you wouldn't realise Rossi turned up to our recovery the next day, and he was acting like he's fine. We still didn't know if he was a bit silly himself, but no, he seems to be recovering pretty well, and he's going through all the tests with the doctor and that, and seems to be wanting to play.
Well, Chief,
it's an individual thing, and look, doctors will tell you, you do the test at the start of the year, they can only do the basic test. If you pass that and you're okay, you're ready to go. But in most other codes, if you cop an injury like that, say in boxing, you're out for 3 months. In rugby union, it's an instant 3-week ban. Surely there's got to be a 1-week rest. You just don't know.
You think so?
The brain is so
you're a guy that was concussed 5 or 6 times.
Yeah,
Mate, look what's happened to you.
Look what's happened.
Look, 10 years later, you're dribbling.
I'm quite passionate about the fact that there is no rules at all about it. And the sad thing is, it does filter through to the junior football. I've got to say that.
But if it's a grand final, wouldn't you want to play in it?
Oh look,
I've
pushed people out of the road to get back on there, but whether I should be on there is another thing. At the end of the day, I think there's got to be some
should
more...
be taken out of the players' hands.
Yeah, absolutely, and even the doctor's hands. I think it's just got to be cold hard and you miss a week.
Well, I remember, Chief, we're playing... Remember that night when him and Spud just went and clashed? Remember that night when they just went bang together and knock it? Chief got a bit knocked out before that, and I'm going to take you off, and we're walking to halfway, and he says to Joey, kick it off to Spud. I'm going to take him with me. And I said to Joey, mate, don't do it. So what does Joey do? He kicks straight off to Spud, and the rest is history.
Well, you're just stretching there a little bit, mate. But now look, it does happen. Now, I just very quickly want to talk about another young front rower who's really raw and very good from the Sharks. Luke Douglas, mate, playing his 50th first grade game today. Give us a wrap on him.
Oh mate, I think he'll be the best front rower in the game in the next couple of years. He's played 2 full years of first grade without a break, hasn't missed a game, and he's just tough as nails.
Yeah, I agree. Very raw player.
What we did,
good.
boys, we took a camera out to training, and we decided we wanted to find out and say to all the fans who the Sharks' most annoying player is.
The Sharks fans are going berserk. They've won round 1.
Most annoying teammate. I think the boys have got anything, but I haven't got much on them. Probably Isaac the Goose. He can be pretty annoying. He's likes to just be a little pest, to be honest.
I have to say Greg Bird. He's got a pretty bad breath. Just not a good bloke to talk to in the mornings.
Probably Greg Bird. Comes to train every day. His breath stinks. He doesn't brush his teeth.
Greg Bird. Certainly, there could be plenty of reasons why. His hygiene's pretty bad normally. Can whinge a fair bit.
Have to be Greg Bird. He has no personal hygiene. He doesn't brush his teeth.
I have to say Greg Bird. You'll probably cry, but he doesn't brush his teeth and he stinks. Yeah.
Is that a set-up? That's a nice carve-up. Is he really? He's really on the hooter, is he?
It's honestly true.
The breath gag's the best.
Yeah, I can tell you from 7 years ago, mate, he should come with a warning label. It's horrendous.
Breath like Rin Tin Tin.
That's not.
Now,
You can't bag someone's breath.
one of the most exciting players you've got there is the fullback, Brett Carney. He just keeps getting better and better.
Yeah, well, he's on the spot. He's just one of those players that seems to turn up and gets his hands on the ball when we need him, and I think he'll be up for a big year this year, certainly.
It'll certainly help your attack, because at the end of last season he was missing for a lot of those games when you struggled to score points, and he just looked so confident as a player. A few years ago he's running around with South Sydney, couldn't really crack it for a first grade spot, went over to the Sharks and he's killing it.
Yeah, we missed him for most of the year last year. Only played 6 games, I think, and he started off really, really well, scored a lot of tries, and we did miss him. He's a little bit of that X factor for us, I suppose, in our side, and he's a key to us winning games this year.
Talking about keys, what's the key to beating Melbourne this weekend? You would have watched them play on
Yeah, we watched them play
Monday night.
today. Yeah, they
Come on, tell us what you really think.
Oh, look, they got a good go forward, quick play the balls, and Cameron Smith obviously is I think they're key around the ruck.
They don't get the show down here.
No, it's good.
Here's the Melbourne Storm. Boys, what about the contrast between the 2 grand finalists last year? Manly played fairly poor. This team last year, last week,
They started like they hadn't stopped.
absolutely unbelievable.
Yeah, they were very, very
Enrique
good.
was on the radio today saying that Brett Seymour may mark Israel Folau. So, Brett, what do you feel of that?
Yeah, good luck to me.
Of course, Paul Gallen, we should have followed your tips last week. You actually, at the NRL launch before the Cronulla Manly game, this is what Paul Gallen had to say.
Your prediction for 2008?
We will beat Manly round 1.
We should have followed him in. They were $2.80 to win. What about this week? Prediction?
Oh, mate, yeah, we'll just keep that to myself this week, I think.
You heard it first here. Keep it to yourself. Boys, thank you very much for your time tonight. Wish you all the best down there in Melbourne on Saturday.